This is Michelle Steigerwald from Remax One, and welcome to this episode of Home Ec. The goal of this series is to bring you home tips and food for thought that will hopefully make life a little easier. Most of the content will be from my personal experiences and things that I've learned from conversations with people in the field or experienced it themselves. So let's get started. Today we'll be reviewing one of the basic maintenances on your furnace. Your furnace is located usually in your utility room, whether that be in your basement, or some of them who don't have a basement might have the furnace in the garage, and it also can be in your attic. So one of the basic things that I'm going to talk about today is changing out your filter. This is something you should do when the seasons change. If you have major allergies, it might be something that you want to do more often. If your furnace is running at the time that you're planning to start this, when you open the access panel, it should turn it off for safety reasons. If you don't, or you feel safer having it turned off, sometimes you have a switch on the nearby, and that can turn it off like this. Could wait a few minutes for it to kick back on, and I could show you that it disables when you open the panel. So on my furnace, my filter is actually located inside the cavity right in front of the blower. You might want to check, some furnaces usually have a slot where you can just pull out the filter and just replace it. I've had my old condo where I actually had to take off one of the vents on the wall in the hallway because that was the access where the air was intaking from the unit into the blower, which is right on the other side. So there wasn't any room when they installed it for the slot. So in this unit, my filter is right inside, and I don't have a slot, but I do have a metal piece holding that filter in there. So once a day, there's different size filters, and there's different, I guess, thicknesses of how it filters out your particles. If you open it, it's a great idea to just, hopefully there's one already in there, and use the same size if that's the proper size, and you'll see that written on the side there, and you can get replacements. They do have different levels of filtration, from letting more particles through to the ones that are the high allergy ones that are supposed to catch more of the smaller particles. I would recommend with going something mid-grade there, only because the tighter and the more small particles it states that it could catch, the harder your furnace actually has to work to pull that air through and out. So the better idea is to kind of get a mid-grade one so that your furnace doesn't have to work as hard, so you're not putting all that wear and tear on your furnace, and just change your filter out more often. So let's get changing mine. Be a good idea as well to have a garbage bag on hand, because once you take this filter out, you kind of don't want to walk around with it because there's all this dust hanging on it. So the difference between an old one and a new one. All the stuff that was caught in there. You want to note as well, when you're pulling it, where it's in its position, where the arrows are in respect to the direction of the airflow. So my furnace is intaking this and it's going this way. So the arrow and the airflow is going that way. So you want to make sure that you install it the same way. And now we're going to install the filter. My filter has been installed, and mine is being held by this metal piece here. And there are no gaps here. It's completely flush with this, so any of the air coming in will be going through and passing through the filter before it intakes and gets heated and then pushed out throughout the rest of the house. I hope that you found this episode helpful. Please let me know by liking below, and don't forget to subscribe to be notified when new episodes come out. And if you have a tip that you'd like to share or a problem that needs to be solved, just comment below and maybe it'll be featured in a future episode. Until next time, this is Michelle Steigerwald from RE/MAX 1, guiding your dream into reality.